Hi, good morning. This is SIRISHA Varma and today is Saturday. Saturday, we review a business book here in our channel, Everything Business. The book that I am going to review today is called as The Business of 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. Though the book generally talks about network marketing essentials, we will be talking about specifically principles in the book that you and I can use as a small business owner, or even if you are in a job currently self-employed, or even if you are an employee, then these principles will help you create a business and create wealth. If you have heard to my other videos in this channel, specifically I have reviewed business books wherein the authors were very serious regarding not just creating wealth but also making sure that you preserve that wealth. And that is where I have also done a business case study this Thursday regarding how billionaires protect their wealth. So if you have not checked it out, please do check that out as well. And one of the books that is really, really awesome is The Millionaire Fast Lane, wherein the author definitely talks about this concept of not just keeping but not just becoming wealthy, but also preserving wealth. And that is what he says is the most important, because there have been many people who have suddenly become wealthy. It could be because of a lottery ticket as well, but they have not been able to preserve wealth. So, this book was inspired by the 2008 recession that hit across the world, wherein there were not many opportunities, there was market crisis happening, and Robert Kiyosaki thought he should write a book which will help us with financial education. And that is what I really like in Robert Kiyosaki. He is one of those people who have spoken about financial education, which is very important for people like you and me who come from middle class families, who only think about working hard in their jobs, and at the end of the day when they are old they rely on pension. But Robert Kiyosaki says that is not the way to do it. Now this book talks about two different aspects. One is how to build your sustainable business and how to create wealth. This book is divided into three parts. Part one is take control of your future. And this has been made important, or we have realized the importance of this because of the pandemic situation that has happened to us all across the world. Now, if you look at India, 2020 saw a lockdown of 3 months, which was then extended to 4 months in India. But if you specifically look at the lockdown has had a very bad effect on businesses, which brought to light that not just individuals or employees, it is also businesses who don't plan anything. Most of the times, we generally leave everything to circumstances. We think, I am a good person, I am a positive person, I'm a hardworking person, so God will take care of me, or my boss will take care of me, or the economy will take care of me. But it seems with the pandemic that nobody is going to take care of you. It is upon you to take care of yourself. And that is why part one of the book is about taking control of your future. Robert Kiyosaki says that job is just one way to build financial independence, and that is what I really like about him. There have been an advent of so many gurus who have blown up because of this internet, who keep talking about why having a job is the worst thing that can happen to you, why you need to quit 9 to 5 today. But I really don't agree with that concept. I think job is an amazing thing. If you love your work, then you should stick on to your job. There is nothing wrong with you having a job. All of us don't have to become entrepreneurs. Of course, some of us crazy ones do generally love to get into business and start their own enterprise. But everybody doesn't have to be that crazy. Everybody, it is also not something that everybody can do, because there are a lot of risks involved. There are a lot of ups and downs. So if you have a family to take care of, if you have financial obligations, then it is better for you to stick with your job rather than just quitting it and trying to follow your passion, which you don't know whether you can convert it into business or not. I'm creating a whole series regarding why you should not quit your 9 to 5 job. And I'm also creating a whole series regarding the fake guru culture that seems to be increasing in India. So stay tuned, stay subscribed to this channel to view all that amazing content that is coming your way in the future. Now, here Robert Kiyosaki talks about 4 quadrants. The quadrants here that he describes are EBSI. So E stands for employee. That is where you hold a job and you fall in the employee category. S is self-employed. Self-employed could be professionals like doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, etc. B is businessman, and I stands for investor. Now, if you want to become rich or wealthy, you should not just stay in one quadrant. For example, let us say you are an employee, then you should always try to see if there are other opportunities that you can pursue. Probably from employee, you can become self-employed. Or probably if you're self-employed, you should try to become businessman. Now, many people actually don't know the difference between self-employed and businessman. The difference is, if you are self-employed, then you might think that you own a business, but until and unless you go and work in it, nothing moves. For example, doctor, right? There might be a doctor who is super famous, whose clinic gets a lot of patients. But if the doctor doesn't go to work one day, then his patients reschedule all the appointments. So he doesn't earn money on that day. But whereas a businessman, the businessman tries to automate most of his tasks. So irrespective of whether he's there working on that day, whether he's on vacation, or whether he is doing something else, he is diversified into something else, his business will still earn money. That is because of the staff that he has, the systems that he has in place, and that is the difference between self-employed and businessman. Robert Kiyosaki says that you need to change your quadrant to become wealthy. So if you are an employee, try to see if you could set up a small business on the side. Try to see if you could become an investor, because becoming an investor is the ultimate thing, right? You invest into small businesses, you invest into stocks, gold, real estate, etc., wherein these assets will start earning for you. You don't have to actually do any work as long as you have the financial education to invest right. And that is where we get into part 2 of the book. Part 2 of the book talks about 1 business, 8 wealth building assets. So asset 1 is a real world business education should have scholastic, professional and financial educations. And if you look at the Indian education system, I definitely believe that we have scholastic and professional education systems here, but we don't have any financial education. For example, I have completed my MBA with dual specialization in finance and marketing way back in 2008. But though I have done it in finance and marketing, the principles that I have learned in my MBA, though they have actually helped me with some business case studies, they have not really helped me in my day-to-day work, which is related to finance and also marketing. So, that is why we need to reach out and educate ourselves. We cannot just rely on somebody else teaching you. You cannot just enroll in a school and just think that I'll get all the education that I need. Education is a learning process. So you have to educate yourself all through your life until you die if you are really looking to become wealthy. And financial education is really, really important, because most of the times you have also seen so many gurus on the internet regarding financial advice who say this stock is really good, it is going up, so you should buy it today. And there have been many of us who have bought that specific stock when we heard this, and then that stock either never goes up once you have bought it, or starts going down as soon as you bought it. And that is why most of us lose money. And that is one of the reasons why you need a good financial education. So start learning about the different aspects before you invest into. It could be anything. It could be stocks, it could be another business, it could be also real estate. Now, asset 2 is personality development. Now, financial education without a good personality will really not help you. Personality helps you with many things. It could be your emotional intelligence, wherein if something is going wrong, for example, let us say you have invested in a stock, you have done your research, and you know this is a good company to have in my portfolio. But once you have bought it, the stock is going down. So, without personality, without emotional intelligence, you would immediately panic and start selling off that stock, making a loss. But after a few months or after a few years, because the stock is really a good one, it starts going up, and there have been people who have made tremendous profits. And you just think it is just my dumb luck, right? It is not that. Personality development doesn't just talk about how well you can communicate. Personality development is also about balancing both your emotional as well as reasoning mind. And that is why we have to decide what sort of attitude we need to have. Do we have a winner attitude wherein we say, I know I have done my research, I trust in myself, so I will stay on with the stock because I know if not now, probably in the next 6 months it will go up? Or will you say, the market is reacting, so I will also react and I will start selling it off, though I might make a loss, it is okay. So, because I don't want to get into zero balance. So, you have to decide what you want to do. Asset number 3 is friends circle. Friend circle is very important because most of the times you might want to do something different with your life. With all these book reviews that I have been doing in this channel, probably you get inspired and you want to do something for your life. You want to create an additional income stream, you want to upskill yourself. But the first thing that we generally do is we go and talk to our friends regarding what we have in our mind. And if you don't have great friends who have good aspirations for their life and for you, then probably they might say, why do you want to waste time with all of this? It is okay. Things will happen at their own pace. If you are expected, if it is written in your hand or in your fate that you will become rich, you will become rich. Otherwise, no matter what you do, you will not become rich. So if you have those kind of friends, I'm sorry to say you would have to let them go or reduce the conversations that you have with them. See, at the end of the day, with pandemic, what we have seen is nobody is responsible for anybody's life. Even the employer is not responsible for an employee's life or his economic situation, because many of the small business owners have lost their businesses which they have been doing for decades just because the market is not responsible for anybody. So, if that is the case, then why should your friend be responsible for your financial prosperity or for your life? If something goes wrong with your life, he will say, I told you so. If something great happens to your life, then he would be the first person to feel jealous or envious about it. So, it is understood that nobody is responsible for you. Only you are responsible for yourself and your family. So, you don't have to discuss everything with your friends. You start doing what is right for you and what you think is right. And in the friend circle, Robert Kiyosaki says that rich generally associate with rich only. They don't maintain any friendships with poor people. And that is also important because there is a mindset shift between rich people and poor people. Most of the poor people think, oh, the market is out to get me. But rich people think this market is falling, so is there an opportunity for me to make some money? And that is why during the pandemic there have been so many rich people who from millionaires have become billionaires, or even if they were billionaires, added many more crores of wealth to their wealth just because of the mindset that they have. So asset number 4 is power of own network. So most of us, we have a small group of people and we constantly stick with that small group of people. We generally don't think about expanding our network. But all of us have heard about this proverb, your network is your net worth. So depending on which people you have access to, you could probably come up with new business ideas, or you could also come up with new investment opportunities as long as you have the right network. So don't just sit at home or constrain yourself to those 4 or 5 people that you have known all your life. Open up and then also start mingling with other people, because there are so many things that you could learn and there are so many opportunities that would open up if you do so. Now, asset number 5 is a duplicable and scalable business. So what it means is, if you are a business owner, many of the small business owners, they work in the business, not on the business. So if there is one day that they don't go to office, then things start falling away. So that is not what a business should be. You should be able to build a business which is duplicable. Duplicable in the sense, for example, McDonald's, right? So McDonald's created a system wherein even if they give out a franchisee, all the raw materials and all the procedures are controlled by the core company. So no matter which McDonald's you go, whether it is company operated or franchisee operated, the quality of the materials will be the same, the taste of the materials will be the same. So that is a duplicable and a scalable business. So if you could create a business wherein you have all the systems in place so that people could actually just pick up that systems and they start implementing it, with that you have lot of control, so the original brand does not get diluted. So think about creating a duplicable and a scalable business, not just any business. Now, asset number 6 is leadership skills. So leadership skills again ties back into your personality development. If you are the kind of person who wants to create wealth for himself and his family, if you are the kind of person who wants to preserve the wealth that they have created, then you would definitely think about leadership skills and definitely think about upskilling yourself. Some of the aspects in the leadership skills are your mental balance, or the mental or the emotional intelligence that I was talking about. And apart from that, your spiritual and your physical balance as well. So most of us don't give importance to our health, and with the pandemic situation happening, we have understood how much important health is. And with the rising hospital bills, we also understood that if you are healthy, then probably you could tide away the pandemic just in quarantine. But if you have other comorbidities like diabetes or liver problems, then there is a fatality rate which increases in your case. So make sure that you are physically active. Apart from that, spiritual is also important, especially in India. We are all spiritual prone. So we have amazing books, the Bhagavad Gita, which talks about spiritual stability. So when in dilemma or when the market is crashing and you have invested in it, just stay put if you believe that you have the right stock. And that is why what spirituality also talks about. It talks about not immediately reacting, but being sane in yourself and staying calm. So asset number 7 is wealth creation, the 4-step process. So wealth creation is explained in 4 steps. Number 1 is to build a business. Build a business because you cannot become wealthy with job. What happens most of the times with a job is you have no control regarding the amount of time you spend in a job. You have no control regarding the amount of money that you can earn in a job, because it depends on your boss. It depends on the market conditions that specific business is working in. So if you build a business, you have more control regarding how many hours you put in, how much money you can earn, because you can decide upon the prices by yourself. Second is reinvest in business. So once you start earning money, don't just go ahead and start buying flashy cars or flashy houses, but take all of that money or the profits that you are earning in the business and then reinvest them back in the business, so you could build a scalable and a duplicable business by incorporating systems, which many of the small business owners don't do. Now, step number 3 is to turn those profits into real estate. Now, though Robert Kiyosaki specifically talks about investing those profits into real estate, I think you need to look at diversification here. You could probably invest some of the profits that you make in your business into stocks. You could also look at buying gold. Gold is the best investment, just like most of our ancestors have done. As you know, in India, we keep getting generational gold or generational gold ornaments, which has been handed down by our ancestors. Your great grandmothers comes to your grandmother, from your grandmother it comes to your mother, and from there it comes to you. Rather than invest all the profits in just one asset, which is real estate, because at the end of the day, real estate is all about location, location, location. So if you are trying to invest in real estate, but you don't get it at the right location or at the right price that you are looking at, then don't invest in real estate. Take that money and invest somewhere else, like gold or stocks as well. Now, the fourth step in the wealth creation process is sit back and enjoy the fruit. So you have done all the hard work for yourself. Now it is time for you to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor and of your planning. Now, asset number 8 is live your dreams. Now, Robert Kiyosaki talks about 5 types of people here. The 5 types of people that we generally see are: number 1 is the person who dreams in the past. So, we have all known about this one person who has had an amazing idea, but which was stolen by Ola, or which was stolen by Amazon, which was stolen by Flipkart, right? So, that person has dreamt in the past but has not done any action regarding it, and now he keeps talking about that one idea, whereas he's closing his mind for any future ideas. Number 2, the kind of person that we have is who dreams small. So most of us small business owners, we generally don't dream big for our businesses. We generally think about, okay, this is my limitation. If I can actually build it to probably a 10 crore business, that is enough for me. But rather than think about that, think about building a 50 crore business. Even if you miss it, you would have built a sufficient business for generations to come. So think big, because you have nothing to lose. Number 3 is achieve a dream and then stop. We have all known about those super achievers. Probably they have done something big in life, but then they just stopped because they don't have any more energy or they don't want to work any harder. Type of people number 4 is dream without a plan. And that is what is happening with this generation. They keep talking about founding a business, they keep talking about becoming Instagram influencers. But if you ask them, okay, what sort of business are you doing, or what sort of business are you planning? What have you started? They say, I'm still in the process of thinking. This is not just for this generation, but also for my generation, wherein I myself see old colleagues reaching out, old friends reaching out, who keep telling me, I want to start a business and I want to take your digital marketing services. And when I ask them, okay, what sort of business are you starting? When are you starting? They tell me, oh, I'm still thinking about it. But they want my time because my time is free, right? So don't start your conversations with these kind of people. It is just a waste of your time. Now, types of people number 5 is dream big, achieve, and continue to dream. These are the best kind of people that the world can have. See, at the end of the day, many people think that Especially in India, we think that businesses are evil. Specifically, if you are from the middle class, even my family says that I should not do a business. I should actually start getting into a job because I have had a very well paid job. They're really upset that I have left that and I'm doing a business. They think doing a business is evil, which is not the case. If there are no business owners in this world, the world wouldn't sustain, because at the end of the day, if you want a job, there must have been somebody who has set up that company, right? So that is why more entrepreneurs are important, but everybody should not or cannot become an entrepreneur, and that is fine. So we come to the part 3 of the book, which is your future starts now. Now, this specific section is speaking about network marketing, but I will adapt it specifically to small business owners or people who are trying to create their own business. So when we say your future starts now, he talks about promoters of company. So if you are trying to create a business by yourself, then what are some of the things that you need to look at? What sort of knowledge do you have in that segment? I wouldn't say educational qualification, because we have seen that Indian education system provides you with scholastic and professional education. But apart from that, probably you don't know what you need to do in your day-to-day business. So start doing a lot of research regarding the segment that you want to enter into business as well. Apart from that, you can study the promoters of your competition. You could look at what sort of education they have or what sort of qualifications they have had. Or you could just join a company and start working in that company to learn more about the day-to-day activities that that company has to do. Apart from that, have an action plan. So let us say you want to start your own business. Rather than take inspiration from all the gurus on the internet and then quit immediately, send that I hate you email to your boss. Hang on, plan for it. I have planned for my own business, wherein I actually worked on my own business as a side hustle for 2 years before I started my own business. I was saving up, I was testing the markets, I was trying to see if I could get more customers, I could convince customers, I could do this work before I started my own business. So you could do that for yourself as well. Have an plan in place, and then train yourself. So upskill yourself. If you want to enter into a business in a specific segment, but you have no knowledge about it, then you could always train yourself and upskill yourself to become better at that business. Quality of products is also very important. So once you get into the business, how do you ensure that the quality of your products is always the same, or the quality of your service is the best in the market? So these things will make you a successful business owner. Now, there is a lesson at the end of this chapter regarding what Robert Kiyosaki learned from gold. So Robert invested in gold when he was 25 years of age, which was way back in 1972. And when he invested, 1 ounce of gold was around $85. So 1 ounce approximately comes to 28 grams in Indian measuring system. So 1 ounce way back in 1972 was $85 when Robert invested. After 7 years, that 1 ounce of gold went up to $800. So, which was around 10 times of the investment that he made in 1972. But then started rumors that the gold price would increase much more to $2,500, and everybody started buying it. See, at the end of the day, it is all about demand and supply. So when everybody started buying it, slowly the market started reacting and the price started going down. And that is where the gold rate fell to $500 within an year, and in 1996, the gold rate fell to $275. Robert sold it at $500, assuming that he would be losing a lot of money if he just held on to it, which was a big mistake. See, even if the gold rate fell to $275, it is very good profits that he could have made just by holding on. And if you look at gold specifically, there is a limited amount of gold on earth. Just because it is a precious metal, it cannot be created in a lab. Just like real estate, there is limited land on earth. It cannot be manufactured until and unless you go to other planets, right? So that is why these assets, gold or real estate, are important to hold on. And before you can start booking any profits, these are long-term investments. So specifically in India, as you know, we have generational gold coming our way. And that is why we have to understand the importance of gold and start investing in it. Now, what is the lesson that he has learned from this experience was real estate, gold, stocks, hard work, or money. We generally think these make us rich. But at the end of the day, these are just instruments which can which can earn money for you or which can make you rich. But to stay rich, you need to have financial education. If he had that financial education, Robert Kiyosaki would have held on to that gold rather than letting it go. And that is what we all need. We all need to educate ourselves specifically in the financial aspects of our life. So if another pandemic strikes, you are safe and you don't take any panic decisions. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you like the content. If you do, then please do subscribe to my channel, as there is much more interesting content coming up in this channel in this year. And if you like the video, please do smash the like button. Please do comment in the section below regarding which points you liked and which points you will be incorporating in your life. If you think this video will be helpful to your friends, please do share it with them. This is Sirisha Varma from Running by Pixels, founder, chief strategist, a business strategy design and digital marketing company coming live to you from India. I'll see you again this Tuesday with the second part of the Canva free course that is available in my channel. If you have not checked it out, please do check it out as well. It will help you create a stunning social media posters and videos for your business. So this is Sirisha Varma signing off. Bye-bye.